10 Best Bridgerton Episodes So Far. Netflix's Bridgerton has delivered some truly exceptional episodes across its 3 seasons, each brimming with romance, drama, and character growth. Based on Julia Quinn's novels, the show has masterfully adapted and expanded upon its source material, blending book-inspired moments with fresh twists. Among the 24 episodes released so far, 10 stand out as the best, capturing iconic confessions, electrifying relationships, and shocking plot twists. From Anthony and Kate's fiery chemistry in The Viscount Who Loved Me to Colin and Penelope's heartfelt moments in TikTok, each episode on this list has left a lasting impact. Whether it's the powerful storytelling in The Duke and I, or the swoon-worthy scenes in How Bright the Moon, these episodes exemplify why Bridgerton has become one of Netflix's most beloved shows. With more seasons to come, the challenge of selecting the best episodes will only grow, but for now, these 10 represent the pinnacle of Bridgerton's storytelling. 10 Best Bridgerton Episodes So Far. Netflix's hit show Bridgerton has 10 superior episodes that stand out from the rest of the show. Based on the Bridgerton books by Julia Quinn, the show consists of 3 seasons with 8 episodes each, making a total of 24 episodes. The first 3 seasons are wildly successful, and Bridgerton Season 4 should not be any different. Although Bridgerton has implemented many book changes, these decisions have paid off greatly so far and will continue to do so as the show moves forward. Each of Bridgerton's 24 episodes has its own strengths and weaknesses. Although the first half of each season is usually better, there are also positive aspects to the latter half of each season. As Bridgerton accumulates more seasons, choosing the 10 best episodes from the show will become even more difficult. However, as of Bridgerton Season 3 Part 2's ending, some episodes stand out as the best. The reasons for these episodes' superiority vary from iconic love confessions to daring plot twists, but each of these episodes deserves a spot on the list. 10. The Duke and I. Bridgerton Season 1, Episode 5. Bridgerton Season 1 is the show's weakest season, so it makes sense that only one episode from Bridgerton Season 1 makes this list. Of all 8 episodes, it is clear that Bridgerton Season 1, Episode 5, The Duke and I, is the best of the season. The episode's title corresponds to the book it is based on, marking a significant turning point in the show's narrative. Queen Charlotte's initial refusal to allow Daphne and Simon to marry makes the episode much more exciting, but the payoff is well worth it, as noted in Simon's heartfelt plea to Queen Charlotte. The secondary storylines in The Duke and I are also noteworthy, including Marina's desperation to secure her child's future and Eloise's schemes to uncover Lady Whistledown's identity. Simon and Daphne's confession, which leads to their marriage's consummation, is also an incredible scene and another reason this episode is exceptional. 9. Off to the Races. Bridgerton Season 2, Episode 2. Bridgerton Season 2 has many stellar episodes to choose from, and one of them is Bridgerton Season 2, Episode 2, Off to the Races. Although it is only the second episode, it is easily one of the show's best due to Anthony and Kate's heated rivalry juxtaposed against their growing feelings. Anthony and Kate snap at each other the entire episode, from their competitive streaks at the horse race to Kate scolding Anthony for gifting Edwina a horse. Anthony stumbles during his speech and decides to pursue honesty because he looks at Kate, reminding him of their encounters. What is it truly to admire a woman? To look at her and feel inspiration? To delight in her beauty so much so that all your defenses crumble, that you would willingly take on any pain, any burden for her. To honor her, being with your deeds and words, that is what the true poet describes. Benedict Bridgerton's speech on loving a woman. Anthony is only honest with Edwina because of his growing feelings for Kate. He cannot be truly honest with his heart, but he can promise Edwina a stable marriage despite not being able to love her. Off to the Races also features Benedict's iconic speech, which Anthony initially attempts to pursue Edwina with before opting for the truth. It is a swoon-worthy moment and yet another reason why Benedict's book story is one of Bridgerton's most anticipated. Off to the Races is a remarkable episode of Anthony and Kate's complicated, progressing relationship. 8. How Bright the Moon. Bridgerton Season 3, Episode 2. Bridgerton Season 3, Episode 2, How Bright the Moon, is another excellent episode despite being earlier in its season. Colin and Penelope's dynamic heats up when he offers to provide her lessons so she can successfully woo a suitor and snag a husband. Although Colin and Penelope's chemistry has not been as blunt as the other main Bridgerton couples, How Bright the Moon depicts their alluring chemistry for the first time during iconic scenes such as Penelope complimenting Colin's eyes and Penelope patching up Colin's hand after he injures it. However, the primary reason why How Bright the Moon is one of Bridgerton's best episodes is because of the final scene, when Colin and Penelope kiss for the very first time. Colin and Penelope's first kiss is perfect, from Penelope's hopeful desperation to Colin's unexpected desire. It is almost as if Bridgerton pulls the scene from Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, with how similar it is. After the events of How Bright the Moon, Colin and Penelope's first kiss feels so natural and right. It completes the episode and solidifies its spot as one of Bridgerton's best episodes. 7. Victory. Bridgerton Season 2, Episode 4. Bridgerton Season 2, Episode 4, Victory, might seem like a surprising choice as one of the show's best episodes, given the miscommunication and Jack Featherington's storyline, but there is so much more to Victory. Anthony and Kate's relationship progresses so much that both must make critical choices that will change their lives forever. Their sensual hunting expedition in the forest and electrifying midnight meeting in the library contribute to Anthony and Kate's point of no return. Even Daphne and Lady Danbury notice Anthony and Kate's undeniable chemistry, leading the protagonists to make life-altering decisions. Kate decides to be honest with Edwina about her own feelings for Anthony, while Anthony decides he cannot let Edwina down because it would inevitably let Kate down, and he would lose her forever. Unfortunately, Anthony and Kate's decisions do not coincide. Kate decides to be honest with Edwina about her feelings for Anthony, while Anthony decides he cannot let Edwina down because it would inevitably let Kate down, and he would lose her forever. Therefore, Anthony proposes to Edwina, a shocking and delicious plot twist. This twist corresponds to Anthony and Kate's storyline and certifies Victory as an iconic episode. Victory also provides much-needed closure for Colin and Marina's individual arcs as well as their relationship, allowing both of them to confidently move forward with the choices they make in their lives. 6. An Unthinkable Fate. Bridgerton Season 2, Episode 5. Naturally, Bridgerton Season 2, Episode 5, An Unthinkable Fate, follows Victory in the best of Bridgerton as Anthony and Kate's forbidden romance raises the stakes now that Anthony and Edwina are betrothed. However, An Unthinkable Fate is slightly superior to A Victory because of Anthony's iconic line, "You are the bane of my existence, and the object of all my desires." This moment is one of the most popular lines in Julia Quinn's The Viscount Who Loved Me. However, the show's delivery is much better because, unlike the book, Anthony actually says it to Kate rather than just thinking about it. An Unthinkable Fate also depicts Anthony fearlessly standing up to Edwina's grandparents to defend the Sharmas, which reminds Kate why she has fallen in love with Anthony. This scene illustrates how much Anthony loves Kate, and by extension, her family, because Kate cares about them. An Unthinkable Fate also portrays a jealous Anthony Bridgerton and the iconic moment of Anthony falling into the lake, leading to his drenched shirt clinging to his body, more enticing moments that contribute to this episode's superiority. 5. Into the Light. Bridgerton Season 3, Episode 8. Bridgerton Season 3, Episode 8, Into the Light, is a whirlwind season finale and one of Bridgerton's best episodes. Although Lady Whistledown's fate in the books is more fitting for Penelope and is far more satisfying, Penelope's monologue is a long-awaited moment that pays off her character development. Into the Light is also a great episode because Francesca and John finally get married. Furthermore, the Bridgerton Season 3 finale introduces Michaela Sterling, a shocking but most welcome change that will improve Francesca's love story and provide excellent representation for LGBTQIA+ women struggling with infertility. Into the Light also hints at Benedict's upcoming romance with Sophie Beck when Eloise casually mentions the masquerade ball in her last conversation with Benedict. Colin and Penelope also reach pivotal conclusions. They are strong-willed and independent people whose life purpose is to write. However, their writing means nothing if they cannot share it. Although it is disappointing to see Penelope and Colin as parents when they are only 19 and 22, compared to their book counterparts who are 28 and 33, Into the Light is a satisfying finale with many exciting moments. 4. A Bee in Your Bonnet. Bridgerton Season 2, Episode 3. Another excellent Bridgerton episode is Season 2, Episode 3, A Bee in Your Bonnet, which includes a riveting Pall Mall game, Anthony's heartbreaking backstory, and a bee sting that portrays Anthony and Kate's overflowing romantic tension. A Bee in Your Bonnet illustrates that despite Edwina's best efforts, Kate fits in with the Bridgerton family much more naturally. This aspect is another example of Anthony's persisting conflict between his head and his heart, which is a result of his tragic past of losing his father and becoming the Viscount at a young age, expected to make life-altering decisions when he is barely an adult. Bridgerton portrays the stark differences between Edwina and Kate and how they correspond to Anthony's head and heart, which is why A Bee in Your Bonnet is such a good episode. Of course, A Bee in Your Bonnet would not be complete without the iconic bee sting scene, vastly improved from the book's version. Instead of Anthony assaulting Kate's chest, Anthony comes to terms with falling in love with Kate because of his fear of losing her at that moment, given that his father had died from a bee sting. 3. Old Friends. Bridgerton Season 3, Episode 4. Bridgerton's best episodes would not be complete without Season 3, Episode 4, Old Friends, which includes Colin and Penelope's iconic carriage scene and the life-altering moments leading up to it. Colin and Penelope's relationship comes to a head in Old Friends, as Colin finally realizes he has romantic feelings for Penelope. At the same time, Penelope must reconcile with being in love with Colin while pursuing Lord Debling as a husband. Although the carriage scene differs from its book counterpart, it has its strengths, primarily focusing on Colin coming to terms with his feelings for Penelope after so many years of being friends. Old Friends also portrays the blossoming courtship between Bridgerton's Francesca and John with a sweet gesture from John rearranging a song's music to please Francesca. This gesture illustrates why John is different from anyone else and why he is one of Francesca's perfect partners. 2. TikTok. Bridgerton Season 3, Episode 5. One of Bridgerton's best episodes is Season 3, Episode 5, TikTok. Although it is in the middle of Bridgerton Season 3, it is still the season's best. Colin and Penelope are finally engaged, but that is not what makes TikTok an amazing episode, although it certainly does not hurt. Bridgerton Season 3, Episode 5 is stellar from start to finish for several reasons, including Colin and Penelope's intimate and perfect first time, Anthony and Kate's return, and Kate debuting her pregnancy, John and Francesca's continuing courtship, and an exciting engagement party that has non-stop theatrics. The engagement party includes a dramatic ending where Eloise threatens Penelope to tell Colin the truth about Lady Whistledown by midnight, only for Cressida to come forward and claim Lady Whistledown's identity. Bridgerton Season 3, Episode 5, TikTok, is an excellent example of how an episode should unfold. TikTok begins with the exciting announcement of Colin and Penelope's engagement, then slows down in the middle but still includes angsty moments and swoon-worthy scenes. Finally, the episode builds to a jaw-dropping conclusion that perfects the segment. 1. The Viscount Who Loved Me. Bridgerton Season 2, Episode 8. Bridgerton's best episode to date is Season 2, Episode 8, The Viscount Who Loved Me. Although Kate and Edwina's conversation could have been improved by depicting a genuine heart-to-heart rather than just Edwina giving Kate advice, the episode is still the best. Anthony's long-awaited love confession pays off immensely. It is not only the best love confession in the show but also better than any of the book's love confessions. Anthony and Kate's beautiful dance demonstrates how sometimes the best acting is portrayed through the eyes, while the scene cements a wrecking ball as one of Bridgerton's best songs. Eloise and Penelope finally have it out with each other, a conflict brewing since Penelope portrayed resentment against Eloise in Season 1 because Penelope is not a pretty Bridgerton. It sets up their beautiful reconciliation in Season 3, cementing them as the best friendship in Bridgerton. Portia and Colin finally kick Jack Featherington to the curb, and Mary and Kate have a necessary conversation that cements Mary's unconditional and unwavering love. Anthony and Kate finally living happily after months of trials and tribulations officially perfects Bridgerton Season 2, Episode 8, The Viscount Who Loved Me.